Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. My name is Laiba, and I am very happy to spend time with you today.
Today's topic is very interesting and very helpful for every English learner. We are going to talk about learn English like a child.
Now, let's move to the video. And if you enjoy this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more easy English learning videos.
Many people study English for years. They learn grammar rules, memorize vocabulary, and watch many videos, but still they cannot speak English confidently. At the same time, children learn languages very naturally. They do not study difficult grammar books, but they still learn to speak fluently. So what is the secret? How do children learn a language so easily? And how can adults use the same method to improve English speaking? In today's podcast, I will explain everything in very simple and easy English. I will also share practical tips that you can start using today. So relax, stay with me until the end, and let's learn English in a natural and easy way together. Now let's talk about an important question. Why do many adults struggle to speak English? Most people think they are bad at English. But the truth is, the problem is not intelligence. The real problem is fear, pressure, and overthinking. Many adults are afraid of making mistakes. When they want to speak English, they start thinking, what if my grammar is wrong? What if people laugh at me? What if I say the wrong word? Because of this fear, they stop speaking. Children are different. Children do not worry about mistakes. They speak freely. Sometimes their sentences are wrong, but they continue speaking again and again. This is why they improve quickly. Another big problem is translating. Many English learners first think in their native language, then translate into English in their mind. This process is very slow. For example, if you want to say, I am hungry, first you think in your own language, then you translate it into English, then you speak. This takes time and creates pressure. Good English speaking happens when you think directly in English. Adults also focus too much on grammar rules. Grammar is important, but speaking confidence is more important in the beginning. A child does not learn grammar first. A child listens, copies, repeats, and slowly improves naturally. So remember this. You do not need perfect English to start speaking. You only need confidence, practice, and patience. Now let's understand something very important. How do children learn a language so easily? If you observe carefully, children do not study grammar books. They do not memorize long rules. Still, they learn to speak very well. So what do? First, children listen a lot. A baby listens to people around them every day. They listen to their parents, family, and environment. Before speaking, they only listen for a long time. Listening is the first step of learning. Second, children copy what they hear. If a child hears, come here, they try to repeat it. If they hear thank you, they also try to say it. They learn by copying, not by thinking too much. Third, children repeat again and again. Even if they say the word incorrectly, they keep trying. They are not afraid of mistakes. This repetition helps them improve quickly. Fourth, children are not afraid of being wrong. If they say a wrong sentence, nobody laughs at them seriously. So they stay confident and keep practicing. Now compare this with adults. Adults try to be perfect before speaking. Children try to speak first and become perfect later. This is the biggest difference. So if you want to learn English like a child, you must follow the same steps. Listen more, copy words, repeat daily, and never fear mistakes. Now let's talk about a very common problem that stops many learners. That problem is translating in your mind. When you want to speak English, what happens? First, you think in your native language, then you try to translate that sentence into English. After that, you speak. This process is very slow, and because of this delay, you lose confidence and you stop speaking. Let me give you a simple example. You want to say, I am going to school. But in your mind, you first think in your language. Then you search for words. Then you build the sentence. This takes time, and sometimes you even forget what you wanted to say. Now let's understand the child method. Children do not translate. They think directly in words they hear. If they hear water, they just understand water. They do not translate it. So how can you improve this skill? Start thinking in English in a very simple way. For example, when you wake up, don't think in your language. Think, I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. I am eating breakfast. Keep your sentences short and simple. Also, practice naming things around you in English. Door, chair, table, phone, window. The more you think in English, the faster your speaking will become. Remember this: fluent speaking starts when translation stops. Now let's move to another very important step. If you want to learn English like a child, you must listen more than you study. Many learners make a big mistake. They spend too much time reading grammar rules, but very little time listening to real English. But think about children again. A child listens first, a lot, every day. Before speaking even one word, they hear thousands of words from people around them. This is why listening is powerful. When you listen to English daily, your brain starts to understand patterns naturally. And you don't need to think about rules, you just start understanding. So what should you do? Start simple. Listen to short English videos, slow podcasts, or beginner conversations. Even 10 to 20 minutes daily is enough if you are consistent. While listening, don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just try to catch the main words. Another good method is repetition. Listen to the same audio again and again. Each time your understanding will improve. You can also repeat after the speaker. Copy the pronunciation, tone, and speed. This is exactly how children learn speaking. They listen, then copy, then repeat, again and again. So remember, if you want to speak English naturally, don't only study it. Start listening to it every day like a child. Now let's talk about something very important for your confidence. If you want to learn English like a child, you must stop fearing mistakes. Many learners stop speaking because they are afraid of being wrong. They think, what if my sentence is not correct? What if people judge me? But this fear is the biggest barrier to learning English. Think again about children. Children make many mistakes when they learn to speak. Sometimes they pronounce words wrong. Sometimes they use wrong sentences. But they never stop speaking. Why? Because they are not afraid. They don't think about perfection. They only think about communication. And this is the real secret. English speaking is not about perfect grammar. It is about sharing your thoughts. If people understand you, you are already successful. Every mistake you make is actually a step forward. It shows that you are trying and improving. Even professional speakers were once beginners. They also made mistakes, but they kept practicing. So don't wait for perfect English. Start speaking now. Speak even if it is not perfect. Speak even if it is simple. Speak even if you feel nervous. Because confidence comes after practice, not before practice. Remember this: mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are progress. Now let's make this very practical. If you really want to learn English like a child, you need a simple daily routine, not a hard routine, just small and easy steps that you can follow every day. Children learn every day without pressure. You should also practice a little every day, not a lot in one day. Here's a very simple routine for you. First, spend 10 minutes listening to English. You can listen to slow videos, podcasts, or simple conversations. Just focus on understanding the main idea. Second, spend 10 minutes speaking practice. Stand in front of a mirror and speak simple sentences. Talk about your day or what you are doing. For example, I am learning English. I am improving my speaking. I am feeling better today. Third, spend 5 minutes reading simple English sentences. Don't read difficult books, just simple sentences or beginner texts. Fourth, learn 5 new words every day, but don't just memorize them. Use them in sentences. Fifth, repeat what you learn. Repetition is very important. It helps your brain remember naturally. This routine is not difficult, but it is powerful if you do it daily. Remember, consistency is more important than long study hours. Even 30 minutes daily can change your English speaking skill if you stay regular. Now we have reached the end of today's podcast. Let's quickly remember what we learned today. We talked about how children learn English in a natural way. They listen first, they copy, they repeat, and they are never afraid of mistakes. And this is the real secret. If you want to learn English like a child, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent and confident. Always remember one important thing. English is not a difficult subject. English is just a language. You don't need to study it like a school exam. You need to use it like a natural skill in your daily life. Start small, speak small sentences, listen every day, and don't stop because of mistakes. Even if your English is not perfect today, it will improve step by step. The most important thing is to keep going. Before we finish, I want to say this to you. Believe in yourself. Practice every day and think like a child who is learning without fear. Thank you so much for listening to me today. This is Liba, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care and keep learning English naturally. Don't forget like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye.